pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Today is Tuesday, March the 1st, 2022, 6 p.m. Meeting of the Water Board is called to order. At this time, please silence all electronic devices. To comply with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the city requests that participants in this meeting complete a voluntary anonymous survey that's available on the table in the back of the room. Donna, can we have a roll call, please?
Brian Nobby.
Here.
Frank Massey.
Here.
Robin Meyer.
Here.
Tony Higginbotham.
Oh,
Ryan Maddox.
here. Tony called, he's not gonna be able to attend.
All right. You all had the minutes distributed to you, the minutes from our January meeting. We before we went to the February meeting. Mr. Massey, did you find any changes that need to be made?
Sure.
Anyone else?
Approved.
The minutes will stand approved. Thank you. We don't have any old business on the docket tonight. New business. Rick, what do you have for us? Start us off.
I have Mr. Chris Chapman here with me. He's on my outside crew. He's my employee of the month. Chris Chapman was born in Tucson, Arizona and moved to Greensburg in 1976. He went to Greensburg High School, graduating in 1990. He married his wife Brenda in 99. They have 2 kids together, Ella, 17, and Reese, 14. And they just acquired a dog, Boris, right?
Correct.
That's what Chris started at the water plant in 1998 as a water treatment plant operator. He worked there for 3 years, transferring to the outside crew in 2001. Chris has been the safety coordinator for the water department for the last five years or so. Chris performs various duties throughout the day, such as locates, repairing leaks, installing new services, replacing, rebuilding fire hydrants, and pretty much anything else that has to do with the distribution system. Chris brings a lot of experience and knowledge to the water plant, and we're very lucky to have him. So 23 years, and you're going to see as we go on with our employee recognitions that we got a lot of knowledge and experience with the water company. So Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Chris, thank you. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Sure.
Okay, what's your favorite part of the job?
The people.
The people.
People, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's great to work with. You know, we all have kids and busy schedules, so you know we're on call once a month. So you know, if I've got something going on, somebody's always willing to jump up and say, "Hey, I'll take your day call." So we all work well together.
Very good. And what made you decide years ago to go from operator to outside?
I just love working outside.
Yeah.
Now, as I get a little older, I'm starting to wonder about that
Want
when
to go back inside?
10 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I love the summers.
Yeah, very good. Well, we appreciate all you do, Chris. I know you've been there a long time, giving a lot of your blood, sweat, and tears for the department. I drive by often when there's a water main break or something, and Chris is always smiling out there. He might be in the middle of a hole, or he might be flagging traffic. It might be icing, or it might be 100 degrees, but he's always very cordial and very pleasant, and always with a nice smile and a wave. So we appreciate your attitude that you show towards the job.
Thank you
Very
very
good.
much.
Glad to have you. Thank you. Very good. All right, next on the agenda, Darren, you have an update for us.
Good evening, everyone. I don't have a whole lot, just kind of give you an update on, we're still wrapping up a few things. The pack being one of them. We got some of the parts in there, we're still working, trying to get it all tweaked and working. And so probably once that's all done, then we'll have the final, that will be some change order amounts to that, so we'll have one final change order. I know we're still holding retainage. There's about 10 or 12 items left that they still need to do, so they are ticking those off. We got a meeting on Friday on some of them. We're trying to work through some of the process controls on our historian server, so hopefully that gets resolved. And then there's a meeting on the 22nd of March on some of his lab equipment startup and stuff. And we got a couple, one or two leaks we're still working through, and they got to the new garage door's got to be reset. It's not quite right as far as when they seat all the way down. When it rains real hard, there's a little leaking coming in. So those are some of the tweaks that we're working through. So, and I think there's some silt fencing that was still frozen till about 2 days ago, I think. So that still needs to be cleaned up. So I think there's about a dozen things left to do. So hopefully next month or so, we'll be close to wrapping things up. And then I still got record drawings that I owe you to get done. So those usually lag a month or two. So any other questions?
What was the final completion date? Or when did they have to?
They had till February 7th, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah. So they're for all you could say this is kind of warranty items or punch list items. It's for all practical purposes they're done. I think the last pay was 100% except for the retainage. So I did hold a little back so we can make sure they get done. And they've been very good about scheduling and getting things done. So they're not trying to walk away. They haven't walked away from the job.
No.
Darren, we've been meeting with you every month for about 10 years or so now, probably, so.
Yeah, we have to find
We're
another.
gonna find something else.
else to do.
You're always gonna be welcome to come to the meetings.
Oh, I'll
check
come
in
to
on us.
meetings. It's part of my calendar, so I really don't know what I'd do if I didn't come to a meeting. So,
In your line of work, you will find us something to do here. won't you?
yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we'll
You'll
find
give us
something.
another project.
Yeah, that's always looking for them, so.
Very good, thank you, Darren.
Thank
you.
Appreciate All right. Rick, do you have anything on your MRO for us?
No, I submitted, or I put it in your package, each month of everything's about the same. I just put it in there to see if you guys had any questions, just to kind of let you know the quality of water that we're putting out and have been putting out, so everything pretty much the same.
What you have for us?
We have the Holland Lease. I have a copy of it here. Been doing this since I've been here, so. I guess we need approval on that, for the leasing of the ground up at Flat Rock to Ted Holland.
Give us the details on that again, if you can recall them.
I'm not sure,
They're on here.
Yeah, there's, your names are listed on it. I need your signature. First, I need your approval, to go ahead and lease that ground for another year to Mr. Holland. And, it's the ground up around Flat Rock, and his property butts up against it, and I think that he's been renting it for, ever since Chuck, and when Chuck was here, he said he was renting it then, so he started out with his father.
Is that annual amount on there?
Yes. No, I apologize, I don't remember what it is.
That's on 12.50,
22.
A half.
22.50,
Yeah.
22.50. Yeah.
Anybody have any questions
24.
Yep,
for Rick on this lease?
44.25.
Sure, glad to entertain.
Make a motion to accept the Holland lease.
Second that. And second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed with the same sign? Got it approved.
Thank you.
What else you got for us?
With our garage, we're trying to slowly, get it outfitted with some equipment, obviously, so we can, so they can do their work. I do have a price for an air compressor from Roll King. It's a two-stage, air compressor. Now, this is 3 or 4 months old, this quote. So I hope that it's still good. So I guess what I'm asking for is the approval to purchase this industrial air compressor for $15.99 if I can still acquire it for that price.
Will this air compressor be big enough if you want to add anything more to it?
I don't think so. We went with the two-stage is what they suggested. more of an industry type air compressor, so it should last a long time over there.
I meant if you needed to add an extra line in the shop or.
We might, Brian, and I mean, because you can always plumb it, so you have different outlets around the wall.
I just want to make sure
so-
you did.
Yeah, but there's a
This is gonna
possibility
be
we
what you
might
need,
do
sir,
that.
while you're purchasing.
Yeah, I believe so, this will be
That's the
great.
question I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Did you talk about this before?
I don't think so.
Okay. What was the ice machine?
Ice machine.
Ice machine. Where you got the ice
There's
machine?
something else you just. Yeah, okay.
Close.
Close.
Want to have any other questions about the air compressor Rick's asking for?
I mean, this is a pretty good request.
We have a motion?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Get you an air compressor, Rick.
They'll be happy, won't you, chap?
He already left.
And snuck out.
Snuck out of here.
That's right. Tell him he's gonna get his air compressor. Very well. All right, operations report.
Something I put in there beginning of each year, kind of gives you a rundown on what we did the previous year. If you have any questions on it, I'll be more than happy to try to answer. Everything's kind of in line, our locates are down a little bit. Water pumpage is just a tad bit higher than what we did in 2020.
Main breaks and service repairs are down, look like though.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, that Fourth and Ireland, that was, I remember that, yeah.
I do
Yeah,
not
so do
want
It's
I.
been almost a year ago?
Yeah, so do I. I
Doesn't
remember
seem
that very
long
well.
ago.
Wow, I remember it real well.
3 million gallons. That kept me busy.
Yeah, it-
All right, very well. Thank you for that information. Anybody have any questions on the operations report? None? Very well. What else you have for us, Rick?
I do have one more thing that, I have a truck that I'm gonna have to probably get replaced. The transmission, actually, it's been kicking in and out of overdrive going down the road for the last 6 months or so, and now, it's done it twice now. The transmission is stuck in drive. It's just a matter of time before it goes out. It's a 2000 Dodge. We've had the transmission rebuilt in it one time already, which was 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was roughly $3,500 if I remember correctly. The truck's just not, I mean, it's ready to go to the scrapyard now. So unfortunately, I hate it. It's been a good truck. It's 22 years old, but so I did. I was talking to Tony yesterday, Tony Higginbotham, and he was looking at some used vehicles there. He did call me today and let me know that they're not even accepting orders right now for new vehicles. He said in about 60 days maybe. And he's looking for a new 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton V8, which is what I've been purchasing on all of our vehicles because we pull trailers or what have you. He said you're looking for a single cab, you're looking at about $41,000, and for a quad cab, you're looking at about $43,000. So I was kind of leaning towards the quad cab just for the fact of we get a minimum twice a month we're out getting samples. It'd be a good place to store all the bottles and coolers and instead of putting them in the back bed of the truck and just storage for a couple $1,000s. So I didn't know. I even talked to the mayor this morning a little bit about it and even kicked around looking for a used vehicle, maybe. But what Tony has is more than what we need as far as, what he has sitting on his lot used, plus it's way more, a lot more. So I think we're probably better off to try to get, or to accept bids from, the 3 dealerships around town and go that route is my opinion. So I just kind of wanted to see. I did look at my capital improvement plan that I submitted in 2020, and I think I have 50,000 in there for 21 and 23. So we're a little bit early, but it's budgeted for.
budget for 23?
Yeah, but we're gonna have to go a little early.
Rick, you've always done a good job making these trucks last a long time.
Thank you.
You have.
I do what I can, so.
Wear 'em out.
I've heard that too, like Ford is 2 to 5 months
Really?
on ordering something, because they've shut everything down, so that's not uncommon.
So we're okay for a little while, once I get my summer help coming in, which is just right around the corner. I mean, we're definitely gonna be short at that point, so, but we're okay right now, so if you okay, the board okays it, I'll go ahead and write up some specs and get them dropped off, and, I mean, there's not much we can do. If it takes 5 months to get a truck in, we're just gonna have to make do, so.
We won't have an issue with that.
Sure.
We'll get some bids.
That's all I have.
Yeah, very good. Look for some deals.
See what I can do.
Times are getting tough.
I know.
Times are getting tough.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
That's all you have for us?
That's all I have.
All right. Mr. Mayor,
I don't have anything.
nothing?
Nothing.
Anyone have anything to bring forward? If not, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.